What's going on, everyone? This is Toast from the Western Sun Fisk. This is, I don't know, week of the VBA. This week we're up against the Kung Fu Urshifus. I am doing this little post-recording. Um, I don't have a lot of motivation here, but we'll go over the team real quick. We got this week for the matchup, we have Lanoon, Buzzwole, Credilli, Xurkitree, Magmar, and Garchomp. Goal is to Dynamax the Credilli for game 1, which you'll see what's gonna happen. I don't think I'm gonna spend too much time doing this. I did go over. So I was actually looking at YouTube data analytics, and I gotta say, looking at the watch time, I gotta say, and it'll be up on the screen.
Nice.
And also just an update for, vying for #1 survival hunter. I got it. There you go. You can take a look at that. So let's just get right into the match, and well, you can watch me get depressed. There's that. Hey. All right, so getting right into the match. We have our team right here. Game 1, we are going to plan on bringing Magmar, Credilli. I can proc my own weakness policy with that Mach Punch if I need, and Burn if he goes for coaching with Burning Jealousy, or Will-O-Wisp, depending on what he decides to lead. So going with that, we're going to take Zerk in the back and Garchomp. I kind of think about the Buzzwole for a moment, but the Garchomp I feel is just better here because it's going to resist more of the Duraludon, the Thundurus, the Marowak. Only really having to worry about the Porygon 2 and the Swampert for any ice moves, which is why we have the Yachi Berry. So we wait for this a little bit, and then we'll be getting right into this match. Oh man, this match just sums up my entire VBA season. Oh boy, I'm trying not to be salty, and this is a day after, and boy, this first match just puts me on tilt for the rest of the second game, and you can probably tell by the duration of this video that it's going to be fairly short. So again, we go ahead and lead with the Credilli Magmar. They lead with the Railu and Porygon 2. So I don't actually feel a lot of pressure here. I know he's probably going to go for the Trick Room. That's okay. We are 0-speed Credilli, so we are going to be the slowest thing on the field regardless of what he has. Credilli does underspeed that Marowak. So we're just going to go ahead, go with the Burning Jealousy, or the Scorching Sand, and just kind of fire off some attacks with Credilli. And I have no problem just kind of sitting out here, letting him do whatever the heck he wants. I don't really see a huge problem if he wants to go for the coaching on the Porygon 2 with these are special attackers. If he wants to switch in the Marowak, which is why I go for the Scorching Sand on the Porygon 2, I can catch him with that. And I just feel kind of not a lot of pressure right now. So he ends up going for the Detect, which works fine. I wasn't planning to attack that Railu just yet. It doesn't really do much outside of buffing. We can see we don't do a lot of damage to the Porygon 2 with the Scorching Sand, so we do know it's probably got a lot of special defense invest because I am fairly specially defensive heavy, although that's kind of changed over the time. So he gets up that Trick Room, and again, actually looking at this, Credilli is the fastest thing on the field, so we're just going to go for the Energy Ball into Porygon 2, and we're just going to go for a Burning Jealousy or a BJ to hit both Railu and Porygon 2. And we're about to see what happens here. So he gets the Helping Hand off, and he's going to, after I hit him, he's going to Ice Beam into Credilli. And Credilli actually takes this really well, except for one part.
That is one big pile of shit.
So we're frozen. Procs the weakness policy. I would have Dynamaxed this turn normally. After. Because I'd be all set up. But we're frozen. So, we're going to go for the Protect. I know he's probably going to switch in something into that slot. And I'm just going to Will-O-Wisp into the Railu. Probably should have Scorching Sand into the Porygon 2 slot, but... This is the culmination of my VBA experience summed up into this first match. And boy, do I not want to be salty. I'm trying not to be salty. So he goes ahead, withdraws it. Out comes the Marowak, which is really unfortunate because... an Earth Power Max Rock would actually be really nice, and I would have done that this turn. So he gets the coaching off. I do nothing with the Will-O-Wisp. I'm going to be slower now with Magmar under Trick Room than the Marowak, although Credilli's faster. He's going to do me the great favor of leaving Credilli alive for a bit. So this... This fuels the salt gauge. I don't... I don't really know how to commentate on this at this point. He's frozen my commentary as well. So he goes for the Dynamax. Makes sense. Marowak is probably one of the bigger threats to my team, especially right now. And the one answer I have is frozen. So we're going to hope that, you know, we can get the attack off. I don't even bother Dynamaxing here because it's like if I stay frozen, that's a waste of Dynamax. So at least I have Garchomp in the back. So here we go.
It's going to sound really weird. You're the reason I'm a stripper.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take up a new job. RNG is pretty bad. Oh boy, so we see Marowak goes down. We're at least running out the Trick Room turns. I do think it was a little risky for him to leave Credilli out unattacked, just because kind of is my answer right now if he does thaw out. But I mean... I don't know. I don't know. It's a 1 in 4 chance every turn to thaw out, which Game Freak, you need to fix it. Like, make it at least like sleep. Guarantee that you thaw out after the 3rd turn. Like, just make it a higher chance to thaw out every turn. Like, no one wants to deal with this mechanic. There's barely any counterplay to it. But we're gonna go ahead. Dynamax the Garchomp isn't gonna really matter. The Marowak, I think, at this point is gonna be +3 attack, +3 defense. I'm not gonna do crud for damage. I am going to max guard here, which was probably the misplay because he's going to end up attacking Credilli and put Credilli out of its very, very unfortunate misery. It is... Boy, oh boy.
Thank you, Lord Jesus, for the...
Yeah, I just... At this point, I didn't really know what to do. I'm grasping. I'm at least hoping I can get a kill. Maybe 2. Maybe 3. I don't know. It's looking rough.
Oh God, because joy has come into the world.
But I do have to thank him for putting Credilli out of the misery, because at least that gets that frozen Popsicle out of my sight, because... Oh, that was frustrating me. That was every turn. It's like frozen, frozen, frozen. So in comes the Zerk. At this point, there's really not much. We know we're out of Trick Room, which is why he attacked the Credilli. It makes sense. I should have attacked the Marowak there and done a crunch. or max darkness, at least lower the special defense. It isn't going to really matter anyway because he resists everything that Zerk has with the max or with lightning rod. If he has lightning rod, I don't know. I didn't even want to take the risk of finding out. Should have at this point, but at this point I just wanted KOs. So here's another coaching, and then we're going to see Garchomp's demise. I mean, yeah, this first match is kind of depressing. And even just rewatching it right now is just, whoo, boy. Boy, oh boy. So, we get the KO on Rylu with Zerk, which, that's something. I can at least take that. You know, it's not much, but we'll take some crumbs. We're going to see the Mac Phantasm into the Garchomp, which, again, Garchomp's probably the biggest threat, especially since I will have an extra turn of Dynamax once he's out of Dynamax, so I might have been able to pick up the KO. I really should have attacked last turn with Max Darkness and then defended this turn, but we didn't. Hindsight's 50-50. I don't think I would have been able to pull it back. I bet the Swampert was in the back. We're not going to find out. But, so, you know, Porygon comes out. We're at least going to get the kill on Porygon, and we're going to do a pittance of damage to this Marowak, which has +1 defense. Or special defense, sorry. Right now, I'm just kind of contemplating my life. Like, Energy Ball? Nah. Dazzling Gleam? Sure. What does it matter? I'm +1. I'm not going to do anything. So it's kind of like a neutral to the Marowak. Well, not neutral, but, you know, the pluses canceled each other out. So we get the kill on Porygon 2. Yay. And Marowak takes jack all for damage. And today we died. So, I mean, with that, that's game 1. Game 2, I made a terrible misplay going into the first turn, expecting the Dynamax of the Swampert. I should have taunted the Porygon 2 to prevent the Trick Room from going up and just max Overgrowth into the Swampert. Again, hindsight's 50-50 or 20-20. Fuck it, it's 50-50. Who cares? I'm just gonna fast forward this part of the video because no one wants to watch someone get completely destroyed for 15 minutes. So I hope you guys enjoy the music. You can get a kind of a glimpse of the ideas of what was going on. I don't really feel the need to commentate this part because it's just attacking. It's just kind of brain dead gameplay. So let it begin. but you know, after this match, at least I am still the #1 survival hunter. I can at least say that.
Fuck, Lee.